Still the scariest place to play football on a Sunday or a Monday, no matter the time. America's game of the week was other than the Eagles versus the Cowboys. Your boy was there. I have no voice, and it did not go without any disappointment. Sean, do you have the video clip that I sent you that we need to show to open this thing off?
Yep, let me pull that up real quick.
I have the ultimate video from the north end zone where the tower is. Ladies and gentlemen, this video will take it to like no other.
1 second. I just have to pull it up again. Sorry.
I know this made Sean so happy for me to send him this.
Oh, it was a good one.
Dude.
There it goes. Okay.
All right, pull it up. Let me know when you're ready.
Let's get this sent on over. All right. Here we go.
Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Yes. Like, take it off.
We love to see it. We do love to see it.
Oh my God. There was no better feeling, dude. He was talking so much the whole game, and I'm like, dude. But we will get right into this. Now I got to find the script again. This is bad. Sean, why'd you let me lose the script? I got it. All right. So I was at the game. A lot of fun. Sean, I missed you.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed you guys too. And a hell of a game to hit.
Yeah. Definitely life changing. Watched like 4 fights.
Yeah, I believe it.
I watched 16 Dallas fans try to sneak into the game. Literally, no, they bum rushed the ticket booth and just shot past them, and 4 of them got tasered.
Oh my God.
That was fun. We're gonna start this off on kind of like a sour kind of note because we kind of had a little debacle with parking and how the party went yesterday. As you can tell, my voice is shot, so Sean is gonna try to carry this stream for us today because I'm in pain.
Yeah, so I'll just jump in
Okay, thank you.
with it. So when it comes to parking, like something I'll always recommend and kind of always say too, we always say to get there early, and that's definitely something that I'll stress again. Obviously we can't really control how parking is going to be. We can't control how they're going to close the gates, which I kind of figured that would happen for Dallas, just because it's one of the biggest games of the year for not only the Birds, but, in the NFL as a whole when the Eagles play the Cowboys. So just stressing it again, for me, whenever I go to these games, I get kind of called crazy sometimes because I spend a good amount on parking. It's worth it. If you don't think that you're going to be down there super early, and I'm talking like 9-10 o'clock, right? Which even that sometimes is late. I'm saying for a game like this, you kind of got to be there at like
I'll kind of
6,
stop
7,
you
8.
there for a second though.
Yep.
So I left Virginia at 3:30 in the morning. I got to that gate at 7 o'clock, and they were already 2 rows deep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the, like I said, one of the biggest games in the NFL and one of the biggest games on our schedule. So if you don't think that you will, and that's totally okay, because I'm not doing that either. I'm not trying to leave at 6 a.m. to get there, right? I would highly recommend purchasing the tickets straight from Ticketmaster. They didn't always used to come from Ticketmaster. Typically, you had to go through like a third party to get them. Now, if you literally just go, you Google Ticketmaster Eagles parking for this game, it'll pop up. Typically, if you do it a couple weeks in advance, I would say even 3 weeks, it'll only be $50. With the fees and taxes, it's like $60. So in theory, you're only spending another $20 than you would at the gate, but you're guaranteed to get in even when they shut those gates down. So that's just kind of like a little PSA for everybody. We can't really control how parking works. We can't control when they shut or open the gates. It's kind of happens, like I said, biggest game in the NFL, biggest game on our schedule for sure. it's going to get a little hectic and they're going to shut that stuff down early. So I've been to a Dallas game myself, the one that didn't matter back in 2021, and it was the same thing, but I had bought a parking pass. So highly recommend. If anybody needs a link to that, feel free, shoot me a message. I could send it right over to you guys. I don't want to make the whole thing about that, but yeah, we do try. I know Dennis tries pretty hard to keep it organized. So I'm sorry to those who couldn't get in. This isn't for everybody who couldn't get in, but just recommendations for next time. I would highly, highly, highly recommend just going straight on Ticketmaster and purchasing directly from them.
And I guess the biggest thing, and not gonna say who, not gonna say what was said, but in the lines of there's no communication, there's no help, this is unorganized, they don't know what they're doing, why'd I waste my time? Let me be very, very clear. And I kind of have to be the negative one because Sean knows as much as Lauren and the other Sean do. I put everything that I got, every bit of energy I got left into this to make this the best experience for fans that are not here, that don't go to every game. I travel 3.5 hours to come up there and then usually drive straight back home. So I'm there a good part of the day. My intention was not to rip you off of an experience, to make you unhappy, anything like that.
And we don't charge for anybody to come. Like, I'll say that too. Like in the night, in a nice way, not in a bad way. We do this all for everybody, right? Like we all bring our own stuff. People have also brought stuff. So like, I'm not trying to say it like that either. Yeah. So sorry, just to interject a little.
No, I mean, but it's just like, somebody had said, I heard it get said when we were walking away, and it bothered me because I really do put a lot into this and I want everybody to have a great experience. I left the tailgate early because Sean and Lauren were there, and I had 4 people that had never been to the link asked me to take them to go into the link when it opened at 1:00 and show them around, show them where the Hall of Fame stuff was, show them where Pepsi Plaza was, show them where the team store was, show them how to get that poster. You know what I mean? So I left Sean to do that. So there is a time that I'm going to probably leave early. And if Sean doesn't have tickets to the game and he's staying, he'll stay back and run the tailgate. Or Sean and Lauren will stay back and run the tailgate. Shout out to my niece Mila. She had a good time at her first game.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll say this on our part, there something that we can fix, I think is making it so if any of us do go in early, making sure to kind of communicate that and be like, hey, if anybody else is staying, these are the people that are staying. So that's something that I'll take away from it for any of the ones that I go to at Dennis's and that, or the ones that me, Dennis, and all of us go to. If somebody's going in early, we'll make sure to announce that, make sure everybody knows, as well as kind of like still make sure stuff is left out that is going to still be put away by, somebody who is not going into the game that just came for the tailgate. So we'll definitely do better with some of that stuff. Like Joanne said, it is pretty easy to find. I understand for some people for the first game, I'm not trying to take away from anybody with that stuff. It could be a pain and it could be kind of overwhelming. You have a lot of cars going every which way, a bunch of people. It's hard to get through. So I totally get that part of it. And with them closing the gates early, it's a pain, but we definitely all do try to make it easy for all of us. We also had somebody who had taken some spots from us from what I had heard earlier in the morning. I wasn't at this tailgate. Just so everybody knows, I wasn't here. I'm just speaking from kind of what I heard as well. Sounded like some people took some spots from us, which, if Sean's there, this Sean, that doesn't happen because Sean gets in there. So, you know how I am. I fly right down. I'm like, well, if they hit us, they hit us. We made
all in all, if anybody was offended or pissed off, I just want you to know that I'm sorry. That wasn't my intent. This tailgate was kind of thrown together really, really fast.
Yeah.
Because again, we were just there 2 weeks ago for the Dolphins game.
Yep.
And we had to throw this one together quick. I will end it with this. And Logan, I'm going to look at you on this camera and I'm going to tell you, okay? I don't know if we reached the goal yesterday. And if we didn't, I want you to know that I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because I really, and Sean can attest to this, like, you are like the little brother of this group, and we will do anything for you. And I think I even called him when I was inside, and I had told him, like, I feel terrible, and I feel like I let you down. Like, I was upset.
Yeah, that was a combo we had. And like Sean said, we are pretty close. So it's still going to get there. And I still believe in the group. And even like I'll also take a sec to acknowledge too, like what the group has done already has been huge. And we're so close to like where we want to be. Exactly. It's a good time to pop it up. Yeah, give or take like 200, to the fact that we're even where we are, like, is huge. And I definitely thank the group for that already. Like, that's insane. Right. Obviously, like we said, we'll definitely try to be a little bit more organized. Like, I try to take some of the criticism and be like, you know what, there is stuff we can improve on. Not everything that we can control, of course, right? But I'm going to take some of it and try to be a little bit more organized because I know I'll be down there for Christmas and I want people to come to it as well. I got to get the banner from you.
Come for the 49ers
Yes.
game?
No. But I'm saying for the Christmas one, because I'll probably be solo. I don't think I'll have Sean there. And I don't think I'll have you there or anybody else. So I'll make sure that when we go there, we'll make sure it's organized. I'm going to bring down some treats, which we'll talk about as we get closer to that. Somebody said they're going to be at the Christmas game. Who was it? Terrence, let's go. Yeah, man.
I'm going to try to be, because I just don't know, though, but I'm going to try, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, which is fair. I definitely want to come down for the 49ers tailgate. I'm going to give everybody a fair warning now while we talk about it. I'll probably leave a good time early-ish, because I, like, just so you guys know, kind of like Dennis, he drives, I think, like 3.5 hours, almost 4 at times, especially with the traffic on the way back and on the way down. So, but for me, it's about like a 2 hour and like 20-minute ride. So it takes me a little bit to, like, I want to get home and watch the game as well. I forget what time this one is. I think it's a 4 o'clock. Right now, yeah. 4:30. So I would have to leave probably 4:30. So I'd probably leave around like 1 o'clock.
It's gonna get flexed.
Yeah. No, I believe I could see that too. We'll definitely see what happens with it. Terrence, if we tailgate, just let me know what time and all. Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm definitely tailgating. I already got my tickets. Which what I'll do is, just for the future as well, I'll go ahead and pull this up a while. For the parking pass. Just that way I can get that out there. Just that way we don't have a repeat of this. So, but yeah, I think we kind of hit on all the points. We'll move on a little bit when you guys are ready.
All right. Well, so if anybody noticed, the flyover was a little delayed for the kickoff. Did anybody notice that?
I did not know that. I wasn't there, to be fair. So,
so you know how it is. They clear the airspace. No planes, no nothing. Because when them jets come through, they come through.
Yep.
So Delta Airways, and I can prove that it was Delta because I got a picture of the fucking plane. And one of them small planes that pulls a banner flew through right when they were finishing, getting ready, and messed up everything. So the jets had to break off over top of Citizens Bank Park and circle back around. Like, came in, dude, came in so crooked. They were like this. Sean, they were like this and just leveled out over the field.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to throw that up there.
It was the craziest freaking thing I've ever seen.
So, just before we like fully move on from that, what I'll start doing, because I always find, you know how I am, like I said, I always get the tickets. Moving forward, any tailgate that we do, I'll make sure to post up the parking like pretty often. I'll make sure to like pin it on the page, as well as throw it up in the chats when we do the podcast. Just that way everybody can see it. Like I said, guys, right now, if I were to go and purchase this for lots, let's see, A through G, it actually went up a little bit. I did not see that, but it did go up just a little bit. It's at $75 before fees. When I got it, it was $50. So getting them earlier rather than later is going to be huge. It's about $92. Sorry, it took a sec to update. So $92.39. But this is only if you know for sure that you're not going to be able to get down there early. For the Christmas game, highly recommend. You got to remember you're going to be driving in Philadelphia. That's number one. Number two, you're going to be driving during a Christmas game. So that also means that the regular Christmas stuff is happening. So people are traveling to see family, all that fun stuff. And then, of course, it's the birds. So it's just going to be hectic. So like I said, something that we'll improve on. I'll make sure to post up some tickets regardless of price, and we'll get it figured out.
So first thing on the docket, Jalen's knee.
Yeah, so I'll jump into that too, because that's something I was following like crazy. I'm sure you saw my horror posts on Facebook. His knee is fine. His knee is fine.
Bro.
So I understand what you're saying. He was, before he went in, he had a bruised knee, or a bruised bone, I should say, which is painful, right? The thing is with that, he also got that hit to his knee, right? Did not look good. He was still able to get up, run around, and throw the ball while on a bum knee, right? Now you're going into a bye week where you realistically have about 2 weeks to recover. I think he's going to be fine. I don't doubt that he is in a little bit of pain. It needs time to recover from, but I don't see it taking him out of any games, and I don't see it slowing him down. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you do your point. Sorry. Yeah, I know you were there, so you got to actually see it live. I'm sure the crowd was crying. I would have been.
Oh God, dude! I looked at him and I seen him how he came up, and I remember like when I got hurt, and I'm like, oh no, like yeah. I went worst case scenario, and I'm like, they come back out, and Mariota's got a helmet on, and I'm like, where's Jalen? And then I look,
yeah, because it was right before half. That's right.
And he came out, and dude, when I tell you that man is not human. Who's that?
That's Liz.
Oh, okay. Hi, Mom.
Goddard was worst case scenario, Sean. You would be 100% accurate in that. I mean, man was put into an arm bar. I would not be surprised if that turns into a turns into a fine. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised. It is kind of crazy because last season he was out after he got hit with the face mask. Or not hit with the face mask, but his face mask was pulled down. Words are hard. So it's kind of upsetting to like see that 2 times in a row. It almost feels like a forced injury, like somebody forced that upon him. And I have him on fantasy, so I was really brokenhearted. But
was that who's that with the Facebook thing that said Dennis sent me Logan's address?
That is Kenny Hutchison Jr., a fellow junior.
Kenny, I'm gonna get Miss Liz to message you. That's Logan's mom, and she'll get you all that taken stuff for him. I appreciate you coming in though, bro. Liz, that's who's gonna do it. Logan, Kenny's actually a really
diehard Philly. No shit.
Yep. Logan, Kenny is actually really good friends with the podcast and with the community. He actually makes gear that Nick Sirianni has worn and does a lot of stuff for the Eagles and the Phillies, like making gear. Like it's not for them, but it's associated to it. So he's going to send you some stuff, man. And I mean, that's huge. So if you get a chance, tell him thank you. What's your opinion on Jalen's knee?
I think that that play looked terrible on TV. I can't imagine how it was in person. Stadium went quiet. I think that Jalen will be fine, but definitely don't want Mariota playing as backup quarterback.
True. I don't think that's like the scariest scenario is seeing Mariota have to even try to put the helmet on. I understand preseason is preseason, but like him in preseason was horrific. I was not a fan of it. So I was a little worried we were going to see some Mariota happen there. And after last season where we didn't get to see Jalen and Dak play each other really, right? Like, I was getting flashbacks. I was like, great. Now it's going to be the Minshew situation all over again where he has to step in and try to win this.
Don't talk like that.
I was scared. Listen, I was like everybody else. I remember that happened. I was watching it at the local bar that I go to. We stepped outside and all of us were like, man, like there was a Cowboys fan at our bar too. He was at the end of the bar. And he came out and he's like, listen, regardless of all that, you know, the rivalry stuff, talking shit, whatever, he's like, you hate to see that. Like you never want to see that happen. So none of us thought that he was coming back in. So when that kid came out, not walking, but he came out sprinting back onto the field, I was like, this guy is an animal. I don't know what he is. He's not human. I don't know what he is. And then that quote that he said, I don't know who all saw this, but
I love this city. Or what was it? If you can find it, I'll pop it up there.
I'll definitely find it. Hold on.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you find the Bryce Harper thing when they showed him on the Jumbotron?
I was told about that. I cannot find it when he was up there.
He literally did his double celebration. He went like this. I'm like, yo. And then all the Eagles players, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Jordan Davis, they were all on the field and they're all going like this, big balls to the Dallas offensive line.
So this is a pretty poor quality version of it. This is somebody who like recorded the TV, but
for this team, for this city, I'll do anything. And for this team,
that man's a dog, dude.
That's what you're looking for when you have a franchise QB, you know? That's
dog. If you somehow find that Bryce Harper thing, let me know.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
Again, I mean, Logan, you want to add anything? We've kind of just kept going here. What's anything you want to talk about?
There's the Jalen Carter quote where he said that they're the same team every year, talk the talk, but can't walk the walk, from Jalen Carter earlier on the Cowboys.
I love that kid. I love him. So the next thing we had up on the list, and I'm back and forth on this. Uh-oh.
Let's go ahead and get that going.
Look at his wife. Look at his wife. I love that man, dude. Like, come on, bro. Eagles defense, busted or big?
Busted or what was it?
Big.
Big. I think, especially at the end of the game, man, they showed up. You at the end of the day, the rest of the game doesn't matter if you can't close it out in the fourth, right? So, I mean, what are you going to say? Dak is, as much as it pains me that we beat him, he is a good QB. He's not a great QB. He's a good QB. He has CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb it felt like, in my opinion, it was almost non-existent really during that game. He had a couple big catches, don't get me wrong. It just, I think that we did really well against them. And this was like a true test for both teams. Was it a close game at the end? 100%. Was I worried about our defense going in? 100%. I thought that our secondary was going to get destroyed. Kevin Byard, whatever, he needs to chill out. That was pretty unnecessary and that kind of not great to do towards the end of the game. But the defense as a whole, they showed up. And I think that they withstood the test, if you will. Right? So that's my opinion. I'm going to say big.
Logan?
Well, the D-line did their job. The Cowboys had some big ones, but for the most part, they did stop the one. The secondary struggled on that last drive. In only 3 plays, they gave the Cowboys 50 yards from penalties.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Dak Prescott had 374 passing yards, completing 29 out of 44 passing attempts. So the secondary struggled, but in the end, they stepped up on that last play and didn't want CeeDee get into the end zone, or whoever that was who caught the last pass.
But just because my voice is shot, I'm trying.
Oh, it was CeeDee. I know what throw you're talking about. It was to CeeDee. It was close. It was very close.
Because my voice is shot, so I ain't got a lot left here. So, I don't want to say they're busted, but I also don't want to say that they're big because again, like Jalen said and Kelsey said it, like we have not played a full game yet. I saw a lot of good things, and then you also see the things like the Dak has continued to struggle with. Like we're Eagles fans, you know what I mean? So of course we want them to go down. We don't
100%.
we want nothing to do with anything small. You know what I mean? The inconsistency that the Dak shows. I mean, come on, bro. In that fourth quarter last drive, you took 2 sacks. In the one, you should have threw the ball away when you were falling. You've been in this league long enough. Throw the ball away.
You're talking about
Skip
Dak?
Bayless said it this morning.
No. Let him hold that ball. That's okay with me. Let him get sacked. I'll take it.
I mean, I agree. Hold the ball, but I'm saying,
No, I know what you're
I'm
saying.
saying as an everyday fan, as an analyst, you know what I mean? Skip Bayless said it. Tom Brady throws that ball away.
Yeah, any QB does, I feel, in that moment. And it's Dak, man. This is what I've said. I saw
his inconsistencies.
Good, not great. That's my opinion. I don't see him ever going to a Super Bowl on that team. That's my opinion. I just don't see what everybody else sees, I guess, because there's still people who believe that he's like this elite QB, and there's no time management on that team. There's no clock.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on. I got to pull this back up because I don't know who it is. And it's probably somebody that I do know. And I'm going to mess this up. And I'm sorry, whoever did it. Is that? Dude. It's Miss Melanie comes through again, bro. Miss Melanie just dropped $50 into the Cash App for Logan. Son of a...
Wow.
Logan, tell
Thank you, Miss
Melanie.
What'd you say?
Tell Miss Melanie thank you.
Thanks.
Just set more money
God.
just in case I can't make it. I'll live through his trip. We love that. That's so cool.
That's staying on the screen for a minute.
Oh, yeah. I want him to have a great trip. Oh, he's gonna. Trust me. Once he gets down there with the bird gang, once he's in the bird's nest, if you will,
with us,
it's gonna be a killer time. I can't wait to see.
Sean, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In the tower, right?
The standing tower? There's like the standing room? Yeah, okay.
That's general admission standing room only, right?
Correct, yeah.
Dude, why don't me and you just buy tickets and we go to that for the 49ers game?
Yeah, I can see how much that is.
I mean, we don't got to talk about it now, but I'm saying later.
Yeah. Yeah, so even with standing, like
they got benches right there anyway.
Yeah, for me, it's like I sneak into seats sometimes when you do that stuff, but we don't talk about that. We don't.
Shut up! You don't get us in trouble. All right. So again, I'm not knocking it. I'll take the 2 sacks. BG coming through. The old man still got it. He had a nice quote too, and I'm sure Sean can find that one. It was along the lines, I'm going to miss it when it's gone, but I'm going to enjoy it while I can.
While I can, yeah, while he's here, yep.
Like that line alone just touched me because, again, we don't got much longer with him. And what he means to this city, like it just, you know what I mean?
It's a lot of them too.
Reddit comes up big again. Fletch even getting home. Again, just another huge thing, dude. You know what I mean? Sticking to the lines of the defense, that goal line stand. Both of them.
Yep.
Somebody find me the thing with Dak getting flipped over by freaking Darius, please.
Oh, it's so good. I shared one that it was like,
I don't want the picture. I want the video clip of it.
Oh, of him getting hit.
They dumped him on his head.
Yeah, I loved it because I'm sure people in here have seen it because we all hate the Cowboys. There was a thing where he was talking about where he was like, "Oh, when I come in there, pour honey on me," or something like that, right?
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
Somebody,
Jerry Jones said, "Don't poke the bear." He goes, "Oh, I'll poke the bear and just pour honey on me." You dumbass! Like,
yeah. So seeing him get that done to him was pretty great. And then I saw somebody edit the photo to have Winnie the Pooh and then a bunch of honey underneath, and they were dunking him in the honey. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh man,
Trying to see if I can find
he's trying
it.
to find it.
Yep. Of course, now I can't find it.
But listen, I know y'all could hear it like on like through the TV, but when we all saw his knee hit the ground on the boards, dude, like this place, the ref even said it like during halftime where nobody could hear it, or not halftime, but like during the break, like nobody heard it but us. The guy was like, "It's under review. We know it's not a touchdown, but we can't do that because they're on commercial break. So calm down." It was fucking great.
Go ahead and pop that one up there. Oh yeah, so that felt good to see, seeing him get dunked in a little honey. So, yeah, that hit was insane.
Who's that last comment?
I don't want to leave to pull up her message. So can you reach out to her? Let me see here. That was, of course, now my stuff doesn't want to load. That was Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, let me, I'll reach out. I got you, Sean.
What did you think about him getting flipped inside out, Logan?
It was hilarious. Live, probably one of the highlights of the game. And then the next play, they got turnover on downs on that Bailey Short play. That hit that flipped him over was massive momentum for the defense and allowed them to get that stop on the next play, even though he was barely short. Defense good job on the fourth down play afterwards. The flip was good momentum shift and definitely helped the defense wake up.
Oh yeah,
dude, and the brotherly shove on first down to get 5 yards, like Sean, the brotherly shove on first down and got 5 yards.
So my favorite thing about all of that is I was watching the Eagles, not the Eagles, the Cowboys commentary team commentate over the game.
So pissed.
So good. They were like, well, they're 1st and 5, or they said something like that. They're like 1st and 5 or something. They're like, they could just run this back to back and they could just get the first down. Why wouldn't they? Then they're like, they need to ban this. This is ridiculous. So it's pretty funny. You know, I was actually talking with the Cowboys fan at the bar when we were watching it. And I asked him, I'm like, in your opinion, like, what do you think? I said, unbiased, what do you really think of the play? And he said, why would they ban it? It doesn't make sense to ban. Just because they can do it, he's like, look at all the other teams that are trying it, and it's just not happening. There was a clip of them doing that when we were at our goal line. Like when we were just starting, we QB sneaked that, right? Micah Parsons is getting carried by the pile. Like he's getting moved all the way back. It's pretty unreal. It's pretty unreal. Like Nick Sirianni said, if everybody could do it, everybody would do it. You all good there, Dennis?
I'm kind of like in shock right now.
What happened?
Cindy, we met her yesterday. She was supposed to bring the grill, and then she got caught up with the parking situation. Logan's mom has seen the message, and of course Sean has seen the message, but you haven't. So while Logan is doing his highlights, I'm going to send you this, and I want you to read this. And if you want to take highlights out of this and then tell the podcast about it,
yeah,
because she really does need to have recognition for this. Could you do that, please?
Yeah, for sure. You can send it over right now. I have my messages pulled up.
All right, Logan, take it away, buddy. It's on you. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Logan's highlights presented by the Countrywide Eagles podcast.
A few things mentioned earlier. Obviously, Dak had 374 passing yards, which definitely helped the Cowboys stay alive. CeeDee Lamb had 191 receiving yards from only 16 targets. Micah Parsons had 1.5 sacks. So unfortunately, they came from Tyler Steen, the rookie. But Tyler Steen, later made up late in the game. when Swift fumbled the ball, Tyler Steen managed to recover the ball, which was one of the biggest highlights of that because what the Eagles be able to punt, and man had that massive punt to put the Cowboys all the way back instead of giving the Cowboys that great field position, right after, unfortunately, the flags and marching down got them in. But then, Eagles made massive stop on defense in the fourth quarter, end the game. Hurts went 17 for 23 for only 207 yards, and getting his knee really hurt at the end of the first half, slowed down his momentum. But when he came out, he still was able to keep the running game alive with himself and with Swift. Obviously, he kept the passing game alive. He had 2 total touchdowns and rushing touchdown via the tush push. DeAndre Swift, he didn't do too much. He had 43 rushing yards. He had a few big gains, but nothing too special. Well, in the first quarter, the first touchdown, Gainwell, that one flip into the end zone to give us the touchdown after Cowboys went 3-and-out on the first drive. Their 12-1 defense being able to get them the third down, and then Dak missing the pass on third down to go them 3-and-out. A.J. Brown, he didn't have the best game. He broke his streak. He only had 66 yards. He only had 7 receptions. He still did have a touchdown, though. Devontae Smith, 51 yards and 1 touchdown on that, beautiful play to give him a touchdown there. Dallas Goedert only had 3 receptions for 50 yards. He got knocked out during the fourth quarter, I think, third quarter, from that arm tackle, which fractured his forearm, and he's going to be out for 4 weeks. Very unfortunate. Rashad Penny, it's true. He's the fastest player to have 1,000 yards in a season in Eagles history. Let's see. Eli Wicks struggled a bit. He kept tripping while he was supposed to be covering CeeDee Lamb, allowing him to get wide open. So maybe should invest in some new cleats there because he tripped a lot, which was really unfortunate. Allowed CeeDee Lamb to get open a lot, which allowed him to get some massive games. Brandon Graham, 1.5 sacks. That last sack, really massive, helped us be able to win the game. Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick both came in second with sacks, both getting 1 each. Reddick, of course, had a great play to get his sack. Sweat did great as always with his 1 sack. The D-line stepped up on Sunday, which definitely was massive help. And just unfortunately, our secondary couldn't hold up on CD and Tollard, I think that's his name. Tyler Steen, rookie. Oh, I gotta pull up this image. Tyler Steen, he had 35 pass blocks. He had 6 quarterback pressures allowed, 5 hurries allowed, 1 quarterback hit, 13.2 pass block rating, 27 1 block snaps, and a 66.3 1 block rating in his first ever start at right guard, which is extremely impressive. He was compared to one of the best Eagle O-linemen of all time, and he did good, obviously. He could have done better, but his first start, obviously expected. Do I have anything else? The Eagles have won 12 straight games against teams that enter with a winning record with Jalen Hurts, which is the longest streak for a quarterback since 1950. Extending that streak with the win against the Cowboys, and I believe that is all I have.
Now, because my voice is shot, Sean, can you handle this, please?
Yeah. So this was from Sydney, right?
That's from Miss Cindy. Big supporter of the group. Yeah. I got no voice, guys. I'm literally in a lot of pain right now. So like a lot of this stuff has to come from Sean. Like we're texting back and forth right now. So again, I just want to apologize for being a little banged up right now. But
Yeah, so
Sean,
I'm going to keep it just kind of brief with it just because there's a lot that goes into it. And I think like this should be kind of like its own post. So it looks like Cindy is taking care of a lot of stuff for Logan and his mom for that weekend. I almost said holiday weekend. Geez. I'm over here thinking about Thanksgiving. So yeah, it took care of a lot of stuff. It looks like they were able to figure out the hotels, as well as basically like I said, I want to make this to a post. I'm going to take some time to type it up, but basically just ensuring that a lot of stuff will be taken care of. So I don't know how much she want like kind of put out there. So I don't want to put it all out there until like she says, it's cool, whatever. So that's why I want to make a post of it. But yeah, Sydney, that's huge. And with people like you here, I mean, we can do some pretty great stuff. So I appreciate that. I know that Dennis and Logan, everybody feels the same, and all of us here feel the same. So thank you so much. Can we do a couple shout outs? Die Hard Philly. Shout out to everyone who donated. Shout out to everyone. Yeah, for real. Shout out to Die Hard Philly for sure. I still check out the IG quite a bit. And then, yeah, for sure. Shout out to everybody who donated and helped make this actually happen. I mean, stuff like this doesn't just happen with just like 3-4 of us. This happens when everybody comes together. And
I'm going to stop you because this is big.
Go for it.
What I just got in my message. I got to see if I can pull it up. Just give me a minute.
No worries.
This is from Shane. Shane Fox Construction. Gentleman has been at the 2 tailgates with us. Brings amazing food from Erie.
Oh, yeah.
Supporter of the community, the stream, and everything. Shane Fox says, I'll send $1 per Eagles point for Logan's fund for yesterday's game and the next 2 games.
Oh, my God. Jesus, that's insane. So he's saying the Cowboys game and the next 2 games, they need to drop like 200 points. That's
Shane, if they drop 60 in a game, bud.
Oh yeah, if they pull the Dolphins off, drop a 70 game, he's gonna be looking at him and be like, "You son of a bitch, you son of a bitch."
So if we can, everybody in the chat, in the comments, please, can we get a thank you, Shane, in the comments, please?
Yeah, big thank you, Shane, and a big thank
Logan,
you
make sure you
to
say
Sydney
thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you, Shane.
That's huge. We jump into the next thing. Logan kind of touched on it. Injuries. Dallas Goedert is definitely one to watch. Again, I don't like how that play looked. I still feel like it was kind of a dirty, cheap shot kind of play because his arm was pulled.
Fucking armbar. Excuse my language, but an actual fucking armbar. Like, it was pretty unreal. And so I actually saw some reports about it, though. I know that he has to get his surgery. They said that they will definitely be doing a surgery. It was fractured. But I did see, I don't know how true this is. I've seen multiple reports of this. Apparently, it's looking like it's only going to be about 4 games. Now, I'm pretty sure that also includes because of the bye week. So the bye week and then 4 games after that. I think we'll be okay. Our backup tight end is Stoll, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, we got that guy from Denver, too.
Yep.
Yeah,
We got Stoll. Calcaterra's out in concussion protocol. The problem with Calcaterra remains that he had a lot of concussion issues in college. So that's kind of a concern.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the quiet killer of the NFL, but we won't talk about it with the CTE and everything. So hopefully he rests up. Hopefully he feels better. Same with Goddard, man. You hate seeing him go down. That guy is another one that lives and breathes Philly. So, I love his
Dean's injury with the foot. It is the same foot from the beginning of the second. Who's that?
That is Shane. Or not Shane. Sorry, Sean. My bad.
All right. It's one of them things, dude. Like, I love Nakobe. You know what I mean? But when's enough?
Yeah. he just hasn't done enough when he is playing for me either. Like personally, I know some people disagree, whatever, and I hate to say it because he's one of the dogs. You know, he's one of the Georgia Bulldogs or whatever. So I just don't see it. Maybe it'll be better on another team. For me, I mean, like I said, I think we said this last week, and I said I want him to prove me wrong. I think that Reed Blankenship stepped up huge this weekend. He was still
slacked in a lot of spots,
but still showed me more that he deserves to be out there. Seeing Sidney Brown out there was huge. Byard was trying to make plays, but he got burnt multiple times too. So I don't know how I feel about that yet. But to be fair, it's the second week with us.
He's not really had time, and I think this bye week is going to play a crucial role. And I think when we go to Kansas City, because he knows Kansas City, I feel like that's going to be a different ball game.
My problem is he also knows Dallas. I was expecting a big game from him. I thought he was getting a pick in this game all day long, especially with how Dak has been playing. But just seeing him kind of do nothing was a little, I don't know. And then I saw him get burnt multiple times. Then he gets the flag at the end of the game. So it tells me that he's definitely frustrated about it as well. So we'll see what happens with him.
I want to give a shout out to somebody real fast. He did play for the Eagles at one point. Marcus Thomas, head host of the Pro Fan Talk. He wants to definitely do wants to connect and collab up sometime. So shout out to him. Much respect to him. Thank you for being so kind and friendly when we do talk. And Sean, are you going to have a few minutes to three-way call him when we're done with this?
Sean, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about our Sean.
Yeah, oh, God. Yeah.
Like us. Are you going to be all right? Like, as in terms to that?
Oh, you're okay, because I said, yeah. I thought you meant the other Sean. I was getting a little confused there. Yes, sir.
Okay. So next thing, sacks. I think that is only like the second or third game that we've had 5 sacks in a game. Big game, boys. That was huge. We needed that. And for however many years that Dak is going to be the Dallas quarterback, you, sir, have now been introduced to the bread man, Jalen Carter. Logan, what was your opinion on the sacks?
Very important. The quarterback draw with 20 seconds left and no timeouts that resulted in a sack was very massive. Seems to be a trend with the Cowboys, the quarterback draw with no timeouts.
It definitely is. It really
he
is.
Just comes through with the most crazy comebacks, dude, and just I love this kid.
That's definitely very massive. And that last one definitely sealed that win.
Yeah, their time management is terrible. Man. I'm telling you. I don't know what kind of. I don't know if Dak got to the grade where you move the little hand and you move the big hand around the clock. I'm not sure what it is, but man, just can't seem to figure out how to read the clock and then tell how much time is left. So, but as long as he's doing that while we're playing him, I'll take it.
Next thing, the biggest thing that we've definitely got to get fixed is penalties. I don't want to say I blame Bradbury on the PI because, again, you don't know the ball's coming at you, and I think it was one of them things, like I think he was trying to turn and their legs got locked up. So I don't want to say it's his fault. You know what I mean?
You could give him that one. I would give him that one too. I really can't. If it was done a little bit differently, maybe it wouldn't have been called, but I can't be mad at that. So yeah, there was also some missed calls like on our part, which I paid attention to, where I saw, who was it?
Dude, there was one where they had Jalen and Nolan like by the fucking face, dude. Excuse my language.
No, well, I was saying there was a couple that I saw that would have been called on us that we got away with. There was one where we literally grabbed the one guy by the hips and were like taking him away. I forget who it was. I think it was, I want to say it was Byard, actually, because I think that's when I started being like, what is this kid doing? But they didn't call it, but they showed it, and they were like, I don't know how they missed this call. And I was like, man, it's got to get cleaned up. I mean, I understand that the secondary was going to be struggling already, but yeah, I don't know. that were called ridiculous. We did miss a few calls though, and we should have gotten some called. It was crazy on both ends. Yeah, I feel like they were kind of overdoing it because of the Miami game where we didn't get called, but Miami got called. I feel like the refs do that, and sometimes I wish the refs just kind of would let football be
Stay
football.
out of the game and let them play the fucking game.
Yeah, and well, I mean, if they're not going to stay out of the Super Bowl, like what's going to stop them from regular season? So at the end of the day, I hope that we get to play more of actual football rather than like this what feels like flag football at times. But we do need to clean it up on defense quite a bit. I totally agree with that.
Logan, what was your feedback on the penalties?
Obviously, the last drive, those penalties, terrible. A lot of missed holdings, a lot of missed offsides, a lot of missed false starts, a lot of missed flags, and also a lot of flags that was just not fair flags. A lot of the West just did not do a good job. The penalties kind of ruined the game, but luckily the outcome wasn't affected too much and still got away with the W, even with the refs being terrible. The penalties, like the fighting penalty for unbiased, very massive, shouldn't have happened. Debatably, the flag should have been on the person that started it and not Bayard, but
I agree with that too.
At the end of the day, you shouldn't respond like the way he did. Just gotta let it go.
Part of that there should have been another flag in there though on Dallas for the unnecessary roughness. I think they should have offset each other because there was something in there that it was just kind of like, all right, bro, so you're gonna call us but not them. Like, come on now. Because I also don't even think he got the first down. So technically it should have been our ball and then the 5 yards applied to us, but whatever. Last topic that I got on here. The bye week focus right now, in my opinion, definitely needs to be let's get the injuries cleaned up. Let's get everybody taken care of. Let them all rest their bodies up and, look out for one another and just, have a safe bye week, relax and let's gear up for this second half because we got a hard stretch, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. It's a rough one. Kansas City hasn't looked as good, in my opinion, as of late. So we'll see. So, Sean, I saw that question, and I was actually going to ask the people too. I thought about maybe doing I thought about it. I might do like a drunken after hours stream, like just like a little fun podcast. So if you'd want to hop on for that, Dennis, or if somebody wants to hop on for that, I think it'd be fun to do. I think it'd be fun to kind of hop on with a couple of the people in the group and let them hop in and chat on the podcast too. I just something a little bit different as we'll have the bye week. Maybe even like put a game on, one of the games we want to watch and, put that like on the screen as well. Like I could broadcast it. We could sit here, watch a game, kind of chat with everybody. So we'll figure it out, but I would love to see what you guys think. Sean says, yes, I'll drunk talk. So I'm with it.
We don't want him to drunk talk. No, no.
Logan, you can, we'll figure something out for you. We'll figure out something. We'll get you some We'll get you some carbonated water or something. We'll figure something out for you.
You guys are terrible. you guys are terrible. You're gonna encourage this. Like, we've got our group chat. We'll talk about it. We'll get it figured out.
Liz said, Logan, we don't drunk talk, but he can add comedy relief. Yeah, well, like I said, we'll get him some bubbly water. Some nice carbonated water.
Stop.
Call it a day.
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be like Miss Cindy or Miss Melanie and you want to donate to a great cause, this young man is only a few weeks away from being in Philadelphia for his very first time to enjoy the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the 49ers, hanging out with us. We're so excited to see him. We can't wait to see him. If you want to be a part of this mission and help us take care of him, it's very simple. You can donate to any of these right here. It goes right to me, Lauren, or Sean. Again, what he deals with on a daily basis, no kid should have to deal with at all. The hashtag's been very simple, and it's hashtag we need a cure because no kid should have to deal with what he deals with. So with that said, Logan, I want you to know You're my family. I will always be here for you, bud. Whatever you need. Thank you for making an impact on my life. Thank you for making an impact in this great community that we have built so far. Thank you for being a host with us. And I'm just telling you, bud, like we're only a few weeks away, and I can't wait to meet you. And I just hope you're as excited as we are.
I'm super excited.
Oh, I believe it. Look at him. Kid starts
He's-
cheesing when he thinks about it. I love it. It's gonna be a great time, man. I'm pumped to see you get in there and just kind of explore, just like get lost in there. It's so much fun your first time going in. Like you walk in, you're like, do you play Madden, Logan?
Yeah.
My first time I ever went to an Eagles game, I walked in, I was like, I feel like I'm in like a virtual Madden like simulator thing. Like it just didn't feel real. It's like this big coliseum that you're standing in, and it's like thousands of people, and it's just nuts, man. And when they score a touchdown and everything, it's unreal. I'm so pumped for you, man. You're gonna love it. You and your mom are gonna have a great time there.
I'm just excited for him to be there, and I'm excited for us to share it with him as mom.
Oh yeah.
Logan, what's the one thing that we can always tell Sean, because he seems to always do it every time we're gonna do one of these?
Wait, what? I didn't hear.
What's the one thing that we always tell Sean that he needs to be when it comes podcast time, and he never is?
On time. He's never on time.
Nailed it.
So that means the 49ers game, you better be there early and on time,
I'm gonna have
because
to be.
he's going to want to see you early. He's not going to want to wait, and we have to get a big picture together.
Of course.
Right, Logan?
Even
Yeah.
Liz knew. She said, "On time?" ?
Tell him. Even Kayla's got to come. Tell him you want Kayla to come.
We will
See,
try.
look,
That one I could probably make happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, I am the founder of the Countrywide Eagles Tailgate Mafia with a banged up voice because I was at the game. My name is Dennis. Thank you for everything you guys do for us. We appreciate you. One of you guys.
I'll let Logan go. That's okay. Up above.
I'm here. I'm part of this.
That is Logan. He is here for the podcast.
Logan,
I
you
love the
gotta say
outro.
who you are.
The best outro of 2023. Let me
We
tell
will
you.
try this again. I'm the guy with the banged up voice that was at the Cowboys game yesterday, the founder of the Countrywide Eagles Tailgate Mafia. My name's Dennis.
I'm Logan. I'm an Eagles fan. Great to be a part of this.
And I'm Sean, guys. I'm the other guy on the podcast, the guy at the bottom down here, hanging out with Logan and Dennis. And then Liz made sure to say, my son.
We're
We
going to
love
end
it.
this with a bang. We're going to end it with a
Oh,
bang.
the
because
conversationalist.
The Dallas fans don't like us right now, so we're going to end it with a bang. Sean, I'll call you in a minute, but let's end this thing with a bang. We'll see you guys next week. Go Birds.
Go Birds.